It is 2023 and there are a ton of 3D printers on the market. And if you're looking to get yourself your first 3D printer or just add on to your collection, you might be asking yourself, is the AnyCubic Kobra worth it? Short answer, yes. So the Kobra has been out for a while now, and you might have found in your searches for your new 3D printer that you're looking for a nice entry-level printer. Well, let me tell you, out of all of the printers that I've ever tested, the AnyCubic Kobra has been unproblematic for me. This is going to come with a ton of features that you would normally see at a higher price point whenever it comes to these 3D printers and just that general realm. So first off that we're going to talk about is you have your removable PEI sheet. So this is first of all going to help with first layer adhesion. This is my favorite texture to print on, whether it's matte, glass, or PEI. Without a doubt, this is my favorite right here. I mean, just take a look at that first layer adhesion right there. I mean, that is just almost picture perfect. So it doesn't really get any better than that. But let's talk about overall stability. So I've been using the AnyCubic Kobra for nearing a year now. It is a pretty recent printer in the grand scheme of things. And besides some user errors from Kira settings or me not setting the Z offset or just something like that, this has been a perfect printer and I've had zero issues with it. And so the reason I think that this is going to be a printer that is not only good for people that have been printing for a while, but also very specifically beginners, is because both of the belt tension screws aren't screws. They're little knobs right here. So it makes tensioning those belts so you don't have any layer shifting and have great first layer adhesion possible. And the AnyCubic Kobra also has a direct drive extruder. Like I said, I haven't had any issues with anything on the printer, whether it's user error or not. This printer has just been stable. So the direct drive extruder, that's going to help you. You know, obviously you're going to do PLA, PETG, but you're also going to be able to continue to do other types of prints in the future, such as flexible prints with TPU and ABS. So if you need a direct drive extruder on your printer in this price point, in my opinion, this is a really good one. You're gonna have your touchscreen right here. This is a very easy to follow touchscreen. So let's jump back to the bed for a second. So this is a PEI sheet. So this is going to be removable. It's magnetic. So that's going to help release those prints when you're done. All you have to do is take it off and bend it, which is just going to make it a lot easier. And I've tested every kind of form factor that they have for these beds, and PEI is my favorite. I think I get the first layer adhesion the best. Some people just don't really like that textured first layer, but I actually think it looks really nice, and that's just an opinion. But for me, this PEI sheet has been nothing but remarkable. The first layer adhesion looks great. Some people don't like the texture that it gives, but I'm a big fan of it. And then one thing that we obviously can't leave out is this is automatic bed leveling. You can see that you don't have any bed leveling knobs around the four corners here, which isn't necessarily a big deal because the AnyCubic Kobra's firmware actually does 25 different points of auto leveling, and I've had zero issues with it. The only thing you have to do after it auto levels is set the Z offset, and they even have a little menu item in the touchscreen to set that. You want a nice middle ground between, you know, dragging against the nozzle to where you're unable to move it and not being able to feel it at all. It's something that you see in the 3D printing world that nobody really says. This is exactly what it is, but for 0.1 millimeters, that's roughly kind of where you want it to be. But at the price point that this is at, I think this is going to be a really nice buy for those of you that have never 3D printed before, or if you're just looking to expand your 3D printing assembly, this is just going to be great for it. For me, I've only ever got consistent first layers. I've only ever got just very solid results. Like if we take a look at this tower planner right here, you can see that all of the layer lines printed at 0.18 millimeters. They're almost indistinguishable from, you know, being 3D printed, and then right here you're going to have that perfect first layer adhesion. So my final remarks about the AnyCubic Kobra: this is a great printer for beginners. Is it worth it in 2023? Is it worth it at all? Yes.